Hello there, it's another time with the Power Circuit. This program is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. I am Amara Agogoisi. Let's get through today's edition. NEC unveils charter, Servicom Committee to boost power sector service delivery. TCN head charges staff of Gonmo substation in Kwara State on commitment, resilience. NDA students visit 330-132 kilovolts Katampe substation on the study power transmission services. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, has launched its service charter and inaugurated an in-house Servicom committee to boost effective service delivery. Here is the report.
The charter, which was launched at the NEC headquarters in Abuja, aims to provide standards that will guide the Commission in discharging its responsibilities to both internal and external stakeholders in line with the service compact with all Nigerians. Servicom goals coordinated by the Presidency. The Minister of Power, Abubakar D. Aliyu, represented by the Director, Reform Coordination and Service Improvement, Mrs. Titilayo Agbeyo, stated that the Charter provides vital information regarding function and services rendered by the Commission to the public.
It is with great pleasure that I deliver this goodwill message at the official launch of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission Service Charter, which is an operational tool to guide service providers on their responsibilities and service takers, who are the customers, on their expectations. It is a set of policies upon which citizens can expect and demand quality service as a right, and of which they can have recourse when service fails. The service charter, therefore, is crucial to the management, staff, and stakeholders of this commission to continuously improve on service delivery.
Ali further tasked the Commission to be customer-focused and citizen-centered in carrying out its responsibilities.
I therefore encourage the Commission to be customer-focused, citizen-centered, and to continue the good work the Commission is doing as we join hands to upgrade ourselves in the power sector in service to humanity. On this note, it is important to point out that an effective implementation of this charter will definitely improve services, educate on the rights and obligations of electricity consumers, address complaints through the redress mechanism put in place, improve staff competencies and skills, productivity, and human resources administration.
In his remarks, the chairman of NEC, Sanusi Garba, said the NEC Service Charter has summarized the mutual expectations of the Commission and stakeholders by detailing service levels, rights, obligations, and redress mechanisms.
Servicom is service compact, and our understanding is service compact between federal government and the Nigerian public. Nigerian public deserves service, not only service but effective and efficient service.
He noted that the mission of the Commission was to promote and ensure investor-friendly industry and efficient market structure to meet the need of Nigeria for safe, adequate, reliable and affordable electricity.
So on our own part as a Commission, the law and the business rules of the Commission clearly provide timelines within which we must act. So we are not only bound by the Servicom Charter and all the things, there are also legal provisions that bound us on how efficiently we do our things. So on behalf of the Commission, I want to say that the discourse that I hear, the GENCO that I hear, investors that engage with the Commission, we commit to doing what needs to be done. We commit to efficient service to all clients that write to us.
Speaking at the event, the Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who was represented by the Executive Director, Human Resources and Corporate Services, Barrister Justin Dodo, expressed his excitement about the quest for excellent service delivery by NEC.
I want to congratulate every person chosen to champion the affairs of the Savicom unit. I would also like to add that it is a responsibility to be taken seriously, considering the place of NEC in the power industry. Let me also extend my congratulations and that of the entire management of TCN to NEC on the launch of this very important service charter, which we have all gathered here today to witness. The launch of the service charter is unarguably another strong demonstration of NEC's commitment to efficiency and accountability and the determination to ensure that it makes good effort at all times to deliver on its mandate in the NEC. TCN, as a key stakeholder in the industry, is committed to contributing to the success of NEC Savicom Charter. Again, congratulations to NEC and Savicom on this laudable initiative.
The National Coordinator of Savicom, Mrs. Nnenna Akajemele, said the charter would lead to effective service delivery in the power sector and called on NEC to be ready for the increase in Nigeria's requests and complaints.
With the launch of this service charter, making it public today, we're ascending to the level of Pro Max. Please help me appreciate NEC and congratulate NEC for this. It's a lot of work that has gone into this process, a lot of brain work. So I congratulate the members of the committee. We are here in our numbers to support you, to congratulate you, to assure you that we are with you all the way.
The highlights of the event include the inauguration of the NEC Savicom Committee and the launch of the NEC Savicom Charter.
We dedicate ourselves to deliver services to which citizens are entitled in a timely, fairly, honest, effective, and transparent manner. So help me God.
Amen. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
The Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has charged staff of the company at the 330-132 kV Gummo transmission substation in Kwara State to sustain their commitment and resilience to service delivery. Engineer Abdulaziz stated this when he paid a courtesy visit to the power hub along with some management officials. The Power Circuit brings you the reports.
This is the 330-132 kV Gummo transmission substation, a power transmission hub in Kwara State. With huge capacity to bulk power transmission, the substation services other 132 kV transmission substations, including a 132 kV being built at Oro town in the state. The Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, acknowledged the efforts of the staff as he further tasked them on breaking new grounds.
Thank you for all what you have been doing for the company. The image of TCN has changed. Before, when you talk about TCN, people will just think of lazy people. But nowadays, we have people who have the company in their heart and they are performing well. You can see that our generation capacity is always increasing. This cannot happen if we don't have dedicated staff. So you have been working well. We want you to maintain that and continue what you are doing. The sky is our limit. Yes.
Engineer Abdulaziz, who was visiting the Gamo substation for the second time, noted the transformation and expansion activities that have taken place at the substation.
And it will not stop there. So we'll keep on expanding. If we expand and we don't have staff to take care of that, those transformers, then we can't go anywhere. So I want you to continue to have the company in your mind and be dedicated so that we can move further. Thank you.
Thank you. The staff members, through the in-house labor union, also lauded the TCN head for quality leadership he has been providing so far across the 10 regions of the company.
At all times, you are always welcome into our station.
Thank you.
I know you are like a father to us. Yes. And I know you will never relent in your effort to see that our people, the smile that you have always been putting on their faces, it will never diminish. Amen. God will give you that that power to always bring in that smile, to always glow at all times in our faces. Amen. In the name of Jesus. Amen. You are welcome into our midst.
Shortly after the meeting, the managing director and his crew then proceeded to inspect the 330-132 kV switchyard of the source station and later to the control room. There was also a visit to the staff quarters and administrative block of the substation, being the power in Kwara State.
The power circuit continues shortly. Please stay with us.
Verify that land before you buy it. To drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land, members of the public are hereby requested to verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has received some students of the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, on a field trip to the 330-132 kV Katampe transmission substation in Abuja.
The 300-level cadets of Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering of NDA were at the substation to learn in practical terms how power is received from generating plants through the TCN 330 kV power transmission lines. Leading the cadets to the substation's control room, the General Manager Transmission at TCN, Engineer Oluwagbenga Ajiboye, explained the role of the two arms of TCN to the visiting students.
We have two sectors here. We call it ISO. One is the equipment, solely equipment, maintenance, repair, and installation. While the other one is the operation of this independent system operators are the one in charge of maintaining. When we have problems, they call it core equipment. That is transmission service provider.
The Regional Operation Manager, Abuja Region of TCN, Engineer Thomas Ojo, continued with the hands-on instruction of how a power transmission substation functions and the role of the control room.
We have different kinds of transmission stations. We have transformation stations. We have power factor correction stations. We have frequency converter stations, and so forth and so forth. But where you are essentially is transformation station. This is a transmission station. What we do virtually here is to transform voltage from the higher level to the lower level. That is basically what we do. Now, just as Oga have told you, one of the responsibility of ISO is to evacuate power, both in quantity and in quality, to the consumer. So you can see our release. This is our release. So just as I told you, this is our panel. All this line you are seeing represents all the connections outside there. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now we have our circuit breaker, our isolator. You're able to know that when you all these ones are analog meters. They are our analog meter. They are our analog meter. Are you getting it now? Where we look at the lecture, this operator here, you will see digital, you will see analog. When we want to, are you getting it? You see the analog. The man there will view this one to be able to see whether the voltage is high or voltage is low. Then you have digital. When you are looking for really correct readings for energy measurement and everything. So we make use of that first to give us right level. So this is a control room.
Speaking further about the transmission infrastructure, the Regional Transmission Manager, Abuja Region of TCN, Engineer Ali Sherifai, explained the sources of bulk power transmission to Abuja, Nigeria's capital city.
So this is the Babalada, this is Shiroro. Before Shiroro supplied Abuja directly in 1 and 2. So later Babalada was created because of the supply from the southwest and the south-south for us to evacuate more, so that we link our network to be what? A ring network. Before it is a radial. So Shiroro supplies Abuja. More it is not is Abuja when the territory is territory. But because of this, now we are not having much of the fluctuation, which the ROM has explained. So one of the lines goes directly to us from Shiroro. The other one goes to Babalada. So what it does here is very important. As I said, we have lines coming from Benin and Togo. So those one we call them local line 1 and 2, L60 and L70. So they have their own power. Like at Jokuta we have the power station 1 and 2.
The students were led to the switchyard of Katampe substation, where the learning experience continued. Commenting on the learning session, one of the NDA cadets, Kenneth May Nasara, said the expedition by the electrical and electronics engineering cadets was quite successful, Thanks to the management officials of TCN.
We came here on this expeditory field trip to see the components and how power is being transmitted to distribution stations after being collected from the generating stations. At our arrival, we went to the TCN headquarters, that's the powerhouse, and that's where they briefed us on what we were to come and see. And as our arrival at Katampe, we came to the control room and we saw where all these big physical components were controlled, all by one system inside the room. So where the frequency has been monitored, so in case we have any problem, they'll be able to shut it down. Then after that, they took us to the field and we saw the inputs, the power inputs coming from Shiroro. And from there, we saw how there are some components like the wave trap, which separates the frequency. Then from the wave trap, we saw how it got to the isolators, which are like they physically give us signs of whether the circuit is connected or not, whether the circuit is closed or not. Then we had the circuit breaker and so on. And in this our experience, we have seen the 330 kV, we have seen the 132 kV and the 33 kV. I would like to say this has been very lovely and exciting. We have heard about it in class, we have seen pictures, we have seen slides, but it was nothing compared to what we have had today. Today was actually wonderful.
Verify that land before you buy it. To drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land, members of the public are hereby requested to verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
That's it for this edition. We urge you to always keep a date with us. Don't forget that we served you top reports today. Here are the headlines again. NEC unveils charter Servicom committee to boost power sector service delivery. TCN head charges staff of Gunmo substation in Kwara State on commitment, resilience. NDA students visit 330-132 kV Katampe substation understudy power transmission services. The Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN would love to have your views, comments and responses on the TCN YouTube channel, TCN_Nigeria. If you're on Facebook, you can connect with Transmission Company of Nigeria. Are you on Twitter? Then it is at TCN_Nigeria. TCN is on Instagram, TCN_Nigeria. You can also reach out by email message via affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. The TCN website, tcn.org.ng, is also handy to provide more information on the company's operations. Together, we can help TCN transmit electricity in the most efficient and effective manner. I am Amara Agogoisi. Have a good time.